Hey, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Game Boy games on your PC. So in order to do this, we're going to need two things. We're going to need an emulator and we're going to need a GBA ROM file. And I'm going to be showing you both. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Google and we're going to type in MGBA. And now MGBA is basically going to be our emulator, and what an emulator is basically allows your computer to emulate game consoles hardware and play its games. And in our case, we're going to be playing Game Boy games, so we're going to be using the MGBA emulator. So we're going to go over to downloads on the website, and you're going to see a few different installers. I'm going to be installing the 64-bit. If you're unsure like which one to download, if you go into your computer and you hit properties, you're going to be able to see like if it's like 64-bit or not. So in my case it is, so I'm going to be going back and I'm just going to download the 64-bit, and then I'm just going to save the file, and then it's saved. All right, so I'm going to be going over to my downloads, and you'll be able to see it in a 7-zip archive. All right, so in order to unarchive it, you're going to have to right click and you're going to go over 7-zip and extract to. So now if you do not have this extractor, I'm going to leave a link to 7-zip so you can use it. I'm pretty sure you can use like WinRAR as well, but yeah, it's free to download. You can use it to unzip files and stuff like that. So yeah, so now you're going to see that you have the MGBA emulator, and you're going to double click on it, and you're going to see the emulator right there. So we're going to double click and we're going to start it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to configure a few things before we start playing anything. So I'm just going to go over to tools and I'm going to go into settings. All right, so I guess I'm going to quickly just show you like two things you could like play around with. If you go to enhancements, you can change like what type of renderer you want, and that is basically like the GPU renderer. You can change it from software or OpenGL. It doesn't really matter because like either way it's going to be playing at 60 frames. You can like increase the scale of the window once you launch the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna set that and apply it. And then also another thing is you can plug in your controller while playing some of these Game Boy games. So if you go over to controller, you can like plug in your controller and then you can hit any one of these keys to map a button. So if you have like an Xbox controller, you can like use the A and X buttons and you can just like click on it and then you'll be able to map them. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to be using a keyboard, which you can also configure. If you just click on it, you can change the mapping, and then yeah, so I'm just going to apply it and then just save that out, close that out. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be launching the game. So now for copyright reasons, I can't really show you like how to get the ROM. You can just go on Google and find it yourself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to load ROM and archive. And this is basically the game. If you look up any game like and then type in GBA ROM into Google, you'll be able to find it. All right, so I'm going to be playing the Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. So as soon as I double click the archive, I can go into the game folder, and you can now you can use your controller, your keyboard to start the game. And yeah, and you can pretty much do this with like almost any like Game Boy game. And yeah, you can play like some of your classics, your favorites, or whatever. So yeah, I hope this video is like useful and straight to the point, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.